Are you over 65, starting your morning with a warm cup of coffee, but lately finding that your legs feel less steady, stairs seem steeper, and your muscles don't feel as strong as they once did? Most people think this is just a normal part of aging, but that's not the full story. In fact, it's not simply about getting older, and it's not just because you might not be eating enough protein. There is a hidden reason why muscle loss happens faster after 60, and scientists have uncovered a simple way to slow it down, even reverse it, by making one small change to something you already do every day. It's not about expensive supplements, extreme diets, or spending hours at the gym. Instead, it's about adding a natural, science-backed nutrient into your morning coffee. This small addition can reignite your body's ability to maintain and rebuild muscle, improve balance, and help you stay active and independent for years to come. Imagine starting tomorrow with a cup of coffee that doesn't just wake you up. It also sends your muscles a powerful message to stay strong. If you're over 65, you may already know the subtle ways muscle loss can creep into your life. At first, it's barely noticeable. Carrying groceries feels just a little heavier. Getting up from a low chair takes a bit more effort, and your morning walk leaves you slightly more winded than it used to. Over time, these small changes build up. You find yourself avoiding the longer route home, holding onto the railing every time you climb stairs, or sitting down to rest more often than you'd like. Many people assume this is just getting older, something unavoidable. Doctors and friends might tell you to eat more protein or keep moving, and while both are good advice, they don't always stop the decline. The truth is, past the age of 60, your body begins to experience a biological shift called anabolic resistance. This means that even if you're eating the same amount of protein you always have, your muscles can no longer respond to it as effectively. The building blocks are there, but the construction signal is weak, and your body repairs muscle tissue more slowly than it breaks it down. This isn't just about losing strength or having less definition in your arms and legs. Muscle plays a far bigger role in your health than most people realize. It acts as your metabolic engine, burning calories even at rest. It supports your balance, helps regulate blood sugar, and cushions your joints from stress. When muscle mass declines, so does your metabolic rate. You burn fewer calories, which can make weight management harder, even if your diet hasn't changed. You also become more vulnerable to insulin resistance, which can lead to prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. On top of that, weaker muscles mean less stability. Falls become more likely, and for someone in their 60s, 70s, or beyond, a fall can mean a long and difficult recovery, sometimes even permanent loss of mobility. Your confidence in moving around freely starts to fade, and that loss of independence can impact your mental well-being just as much as your physical health. The frustrating part is that you might already be making an effort, eating balanced meals, staying active, maybe even doing light resistance exercises, yet you're still seeing a slow decline. That's because the real problem isn't just lack of protein or activity, it's your body's reduced ability to turn those efforts into muscle growth. In other words, you're giving your body the right tools, but it no longer hears the signal to use them. So the question becomes, how can you break through anabolic resistance and restore your body's ability to build and preserve muscle? The good news is, researchers have found that you don't need to completely change your diet or spend hours in the gym. By adding one targeted nutrient at the right time in the right way, you can reignite your muscle building signal. And the simplest part, you can do it without disrupting your current routine. It all starts with your morning coffee. The nutrient at the heart of this strategy is leucine, a branched-chain amino acid that serves as one of the most powerful triggers for muscle growth in the human body. Think of protein as the bricks and lumber your muscles need to build and repair themselves. Leucine is the spark that tells the crew to get to work. Without enough of it at one time, the materials sit unused, and the construction site stays quiet. Here's the challenge for older adults. Studies show that after age 60, you need about 30 to 40% more leucine per meal than a younger person to stimulate the same muscle-building response. For someone in their 30s, a moderate portion of chicken, fish, or eggs might be enough to trigger muscle repair. At 65 or 70, that same meal often falls short. The signal isn't strong enough, and anabolic resistance takes over. You could try eating much larger servings of high-protein foods to meet this leucine threshold, but that's not always practical or appealing, especially first thing in the morning when many older adults prefer a light breakfast. That's where the simple coffee-based approach comes in. By adding approximately 3 grams of pure, free-form leucine powder to your black coffee in the morning, you can deliver the exact amount needed to activate your body's muscle growth switch, known as the mTOR pathway. Why coffee? Because your first cup in the morning creates an ideal environment for nutrient absorption. You're in a fasted state, insulin levels are low, and caffeine naturally increases blood flow and metabolism. This means the leucine gets absorbed and delivered to your muscle cells more efficiently without interference from other foods. And since black coffee contains no competing amino acids or sugars, the growth signal from leucine stays clear and undiluted. The beauty of this habit is its simplicity. You're not adding a complicated new regimen or expensive supplement routine. You're enhancing something you already do daily. 3 grams of leucine dissolves quickly in hot coffee, has little to no taste, and blends seamlessly into your morning ritual. No shakes, no meal prep, no forcing down heavy protein when you're not hungry. Over time, this small step can make a noticeable difference. With consistent use, many people report improved leg strength, better balance, more energy for walking or climbing stairs, and reduced soreness after everyday activities. And because leucine directly addresses anabolic resistance, it doesn't just slow muscle loss, it helps rebuild what's already been lost, setting you on a path to greater strength and independence. You don't have to overhaul your lifestyle to fight sarcopenia. You just need to send your muscles the right signal in the right way at the right time. And that's exactly what leucine in your morning coffee delivers. To understand why leucine in your morning coffee can make such a powerful difference, we need to look at how your muscles respond to nutrients as you age. When you're younger, eating protein is like flipping on a bright, responsive switch. The protein is broken down into amino acids, especially leucine, which triggers a cellular pathway called mTOR, mechanistic target of rapamycin. This is your body's primary muscle-building signal. When mTOR is activated, muscle cells begin repairing and adding new fibers. That's why younger people can eat a moderate amount of protein and see clear benefits in muscle strength and tone. But after the age of 60, this process changes dramatically. Your body still digests protein and releases amino acids into the bloodstream, but your muscle cells become less responsive to those signals, a phenomenon known as anabolic resistance. Imagine a construction site where the workers have all the tools and materials they need, but the foreman's voice is muffled. The crew doesn't get the instruction to start building, so progress slows to a crawl. Anabolic resistance is one of the main reasons sarcopenia accelerates after midlife. Even with a balanced diet and regular activity, your body struggles to replace the muscle it naturally loses over time. The repair rate drops, but the breakdown rate stays the same, or even increases due to inactivity, illness, or inflammation. Here's where leucine becomes essential. Among all amino acids, leucine has the unique ability to directly stimulate mTOR. It acts like a key fitting into the ignition, telling your muscles it's time to grow. In younger adults, normal dietary intake can reach the leucine threshold, the point at which mTOR activation begins, with no trouble. But older adults often need about 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine at once to cross that threshold. Without reaching it, the growth signal is too weak, no matter how much total protein you eat in a day. Research backs this up. A 2020 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who supplemented their meals with leucine experienced a 16-30% increase in muscle protein synthesis compared to those who didn't, even without adding exercise. Another review in Nutrients, 2023, confirmed that leucine-rich meals or supplementation can effectively counteract anabolic resistance when taken in sufficient doses. Now, why add leucine to coffee instead of just taking it at any time? Your morning coffee offers a unique metabolic window. When you wake up, your body is in a fasted state. Insulin is low, cortisol is naturally elevated, which isn't a bad thing in the morning, and your digestive system is clear of competing nutrients. Caffeine from coffee increases blood flow, stimulates the nervous system, and speeds up nutrient delivery. This combination means that leucine taken with coffee is absorbed more quickly and reaches your muscles more efficiently. Another advantage is that black coffee doesn't contain other amino acids or carbohydrates that might interfere with mTOR signaling. When leucine is taken alongside a carb-heavy breakfast, say oatmeal or toast, insulin spikes and other amino acids compete for absorption. The growth signal from leucine can become diluted or delayed. In contrast, black coffee plus leucine delivers a clean, direct message: build muscle now. There's even evidence to suggest that consuming leucine in a low insulin state maximizes its effect. A 2022 study in Frontiers in Physiology found that leucine supplementation in the morning before a mixed meal resulted in greater mTOR activation in older adults than the same dose taken later with food. Of course, exercise remains a powerful amplifier of leucine's benefits. Light resistance training, even just 5-10 minutes a few times a week, can work alongside leucine to strengthen the mTOR signal further. But the beauty of this strategy is that leucine alone can still boost muscle protein synthesis, making it valuable for those who aren't currently able to exercise regularly. In short, leucine is the spark your muscles need to overcome anabolic resistance. Adding it to your morning coffee takes advantage of a natural window where your body is primed to absorb and use it efficiently. This is why such a small habit can deliver such outsized benefits, preserving your strength, balance, and independence well into your later years. To turn this into a daily habit that truly delivers results, it's important to follow a clear routine. The effectiveness of leucine supplementation doesn't just depend on taking it. It depends on when, how, and in what form you take it. Step 1. Start your morning right. Within 5 to 10 minutes of waking, drink a full glass of water. For extra benefit, add a pinch of sea salt or a squeeze of lemon. This rehydrates your body after sleep, supports digestion, and helps prepare your muscles to absorb nutrients efficiently. Step 2. Brew your coffee. Black coffee is ideal. If you prefer a creamier texture, use unsweetened almond or coconut milk. Avoid sugar, flavored creamers, or high-carb additives, as these can cause an insulin spike that may blunt leucine's muscle-building signal. Step 3. Measure the right dose. Use a kitchen scale or measuring spoon to get about 3 grams of pure, free-form leucine powder, roughly 3/4 of a teaspoon. Choose a pharmaceutical-grade, third-party tested supplement with no fillers, sweeteners, or additives. Purity matters here because you want leucine to work without interference. Step 4. Mix while hot. Stir the leucine powder directly into your hot coffee. Heat helps it dissolve more completely, and the taste is minimal to none. If you're sensitive to texture, blending the coffee for a few seconds can make it completely smooth. Step 5. Drink within the first hour of waking. This is your anabolic window, the time when insulin is low, blood flow is high, and your body is primed for nutrient uptake. Taking leucine now maximizes its ability to cross the leucine threshold and activate the mTOR pathway in your muscles. Step 6. Optional light movement. For an added boost, follow your coffee with 5 to 10 minutes of gentle resistance activity, bodyweight squats, wall push-ups, or resistance band pulls. Even this short session helps reinforce the muscle-building signal triggered by leucine. Step 7. Consistency is key. Repeat this routine at least 5 days per week. Most people begin to notice changes: steadier legs, improved balance, less soreness after walking, within 2 to 4 weeks. Energy levels often improve, and some even report better mood and mental clarity thanks to improved glucose control and muscle metabolism. Step 8. Combine with balanced meals. While leucine in coffee can activate the growth signal, your muscles still need protein throughout the day to build and repair tissue. Aim for protein-rich meals at lunch and dinner: eggs, fish, poultry, or legumes, to give your body the building blocks it needs after you flip the muscle growth switch in the morning. What to avoid? Don't mix leucine with high sugar or high carb breakfasts, as these can interfere with mTOR activation. Avoid protein blends or BCAA capsules that contain only small amounts of leucine. They won't reliably hit the 2.53 gram threshold needed for older adults. By making this one small adjustment to your morning routine, you transform coffee from a simple energy boost into a muscle-preserving, strength-building tool. And because it's tied to a habit you already have, it's far easier to stick with long-term, which is the real secret to seeing lasting results. Your muscles don't care how old you are. They care about the signals you send them every day. The choice you make tomorrow morning can be the first step toward a stronger, more confident version of yourself. Adding leucine to your coffee isn't complicated, it's not expensive, and it doesn't require changing your entire lifestyle. But it sends a clear, powerful message to your body. Stay strong, keep moving, don't slow down. Imagine yourself 3 months from now, walking with steady legs, climbing stairs without hesitation, carrying groceries without strain. That extra stability and energy aren't luck. They're the result of a daily commitment to giving your muscles exactly what they need. You already drink coffee in the morning. All you're doing is turning that habit into an investment in your health and independence. No waiting for the right time. No worrying about whether it's too late to make a change. Your body can respond, adapt, and grow stronger at any age. But only if you start. So tomorrow, when you brew that first cup, remember, it's more than coffee. It's your daily spark for strength, balance, and a longer, healthier life. We've learned that muscle loss after 60 isn't just an unavoidable part of aging. It's often the result of anabolic resistance, a condition that makes it harder for your body to respond to protein. By adding 3 grams of pure leucine powder to your morning coffee, you can activate the mTOR pathway, reignite muscle growth, and protect your strength without overhauling your lifestyle. Remember these 3 points. First, muscle is more than strength. It's your metabolic engine, protecting balance, blood sugar, and independence. Second, leucine is the spark that turns on muscle building, but only when taken in the right dose at the right time. Third, your morning coffee provides the perfect delivery system, helping your body absorb and use leucine efficiently. In our next video, we'll explore another everyday food that's just as powerful for protecting your health, this time focusing on your bones and joints so you can move freely and stay active for years to come.